As promised, I went out to Stony Plain this week to meet with Pastor Brian Coldwell. He says he's the victim of a hate crime and religious persecution at his church, New Testament Baptist Church. Now, on the night of June 30th, the sign outside his church that reads, "Amend Bill 10, Protect Parents' Rights and Religious Freedom," was vandalized with red spray paint, changed now to read, "Protect LGBTQ Kids and Stop Bigotry." Unironically enough, the vandals crossed out the word freedom. Pastor Brian feels he's being targeted because of his religious beliefs and for his political opposition to Bill 10, the controversial anti-bullying legislation brought in by the PCs and enacted by Notley and the NDP. The legislation mandates Gay Straight Alliance support groups in all Alberta schools, regardless of religious or parental opposition. Now, Pastor Brian sat down with me and he told me what he thought of the motivations for this crime against him. Here.
Yeah, we reported it as, first and foremost, I believe, religious persecution and a hate crime and defamation. Like, those are not innocent words. They've got bigotry and everything over our sign. Respect is a two-way street. And since then, we've started to get some hate mail on our website and so forth. Pretty nasty stuff since it's gone into the media. Yeah.
I asked Pastor Brian how he felt about being called a bigot or hateful. Listen.
We're not preaching hate here. We're not bigots here. We preach the gospel, and if ones want to obey the gospel and want to embrace the Christian faith, God bless them. We're going to help them. And if they don't want to be a Christian, we're not going to force our Christianity upon them, and we just want them to respect our rights and freedoms also. And I'd be the first one, I should add, Sheila, to defend anyone who is bullying, harassing, abusing anyone from the gay community or any human being. I'd be the first one to step in and stop that right now. We have zero tolerance for bullying anywhere. That's just not acceptable.
But Pastor Brian told me he will not be bullied or vandalized into silence. He will continue his fight against Bill 10. Here.
We're going to be silent no more. We are going to speak up. I think the silent majority needs to speak up and be heard at this point. I phoned our MLA. A couple times I've reached out to our MLA and they haven't got back to me. I'm still waiting for a meeting with Minister Egan for over a year. He has not got back to me or our board. We've been asking for a meeting. And we're going to continue to have public meetings, rallies at the legislature, and we're also planning to have once a month Sunday prayer meetings at the rally or at the legislature. And we want to educate the public that this is just not innocent vandalism or mischief here. There's a much bigger picture here. There's a global activism going on here to really target and indoctrinate our children in many ways. And we have the right to protect our children and raise them in the Christian faith and Christian schools and so forth.
Now, what I know is that if Pastor Brian's church was a rainbow pride sidewalk like this one, or a mosque like this one here in Cold Lake, or Rachel Notley's cardboard head on a golf course, the full force of the RCMP and the government would be standing beside him. But the pastor here is a Christian, and unfortunately, he can't even get a call from his MLA. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.